Welcome to the Ave SPQR Agoge for generals in training to lead the Ave SPQR Empire's great legions. In your previous lesson, we covered the successful usage of tactics to win battles. Your time here in training is about to come to an end, but before that, I will cover how you can defeat specific enemy formations you might encounter. Before I begin, if you want to become an elite general in my glorious legion, then make sure to subscribe. And if you want me to stop doing these stupid subscription appeals, then make sure to dislike and tell me how much of an idiot you think I am in the comments. I'm hopeless. Firstly, I will talk about how you can defeat phalanx formations. These may look very intimidating, but with the right tactics, they can be overcome. If you attack them front on with either infantry or cavalry, you will lose a lot of good soldiers for almost no gain. So you should definitely not attack them too aggressively in the front. The best things to do are as follows. Either force them to fight on uneven terrain or in woods if you can. You can also pin them in place with a small infantry attack and then outflank them with your elite infantry or cavalry to destroy them by hitting them where their spears are not pointing at you. Ideally, you can try to, along with these tactics, weaken them using skirmishing forces before the battle truly begins. Now, what to do if you come up against war elephants? If you have to fight these, the crucial thing is to remember and make sure all of your soldiers remember that they're not actually as terrifying as they look. They can actually easily be defeated if you follow this guidance. Use skirmishers to throw spears or shoot arrows at them, as the elephants are easily frightened, and if they're in pain, they're likely to disobey the orders of the commanders controlling them. Infantry spearmen or your own phalanx troops can also work well, and you can train them as Alexander the Great did to move out of the path of the elephant and lower their spears on both sides, catching the elephant trapped between spears on one side and more spears on the other. Finally, do not use cavalry against them, as your horses will probably be terrified and run away, and you realistically just won't be able to defeat elephants with a cavalry charge. Remember, it's better to just frighten the elephants rather than kill them, as if they're frightened, they may flee and run into their own army, disorganizing your enemies and perhaps destroying a few of them. Now, how to react if you are unfortunate enough to encounter horse archers. You should try to trap them against natural terrain features such as mountains or rivers so that they can no longer use their hit and run tactics. If you really have to chase them, use light cavalry, but do not pursue them too far or into unfavourable terrain, as then your cavalry might be caught in an ambush after a feigned retreat. Other than this, my best advice really is to not attack opponents using these, as they're really annoying and very difficult to defeat. Now, we have saved perhaps the most lethal till last, Roman maniples, which I will, in a manner that will infuriate the elite military historians among you, group with the later Roman legions, as, although there are some major differences, the way in which you go about defeating them is quite similar. You must not encounter them in a fight depending on your infantry against theirs, as unless you have trained the most magnificent infantry force anyone has ever witnessed, Roman infantry is always better than whatever you have. The best tactics to use against them are as follows. Horse archer hit and run tactics, ambush tactics, feigned retreats, and spectacular cavalry outflanking manoeuvres, as Roman cavalry is relatively weak in general. Fighting Rome is a complete pain, and so I would advise that you should attempt to conclude a peace with them after a few battles, as soon as you can, as long as it doesn't result in you actually losing something from it. Anyway, sorry if I've missed anything out. If I've missed out loads of formations, you can tell me in the comments, and I might make a whole second video on all of the ones I forgot here. There will be a new video coming very soon. This is the final video in the series of how to become a great ancient general. Your training is complete. For now, valete et ave SPQR.